There's a moment in every man's life when the world goes silent, when the noise, the goals, the grind, all of it falls away. For Axel Shura, that moment came in a hospital room when he was told he had 5 days to live. 5 days. Not to fight, but to accept, to let go, to surrender. But he didn't. He chose a different path. A path of radical ownership, mindset, mastery, and rebuilding from the inside out. And today, he helps others break that victim loop, reclaim their agency, and live with the urgency of a man who faced the clock and then beat it. This is the story of rising after the fall, of rewriting your fate, of becoming unshakable. Welcome to the Alpha Renaissance with Axel Shura. Axel, how do I say your last name?
Oh, don't try.
Shuraulo?
Actually, I need that on camera. Can this please be the beginning? Are we recording already?
I think we are.
We are?
Yeah.
Perfect, because my second name is so long and so complicated to pronounce that I changed it for social media, because I've heard the wildest interpretations of my second name, of my surname. Well, try.
Wait, can you say your...
No, I want you to try it.
Okay, I will try to say it's Shuraulo.
I'm
good with names. I love names.
Okay.
Man. I love names tell a story.
Yeah. So it's actually a good story. My second name is Shuravlov.
Shuravlov.
Yeah, it's Russian because my mom was Russian.
Okay.
Yeah, my father was from Uzbekistan. My siblings were born in Uzbekistan. I think it's Russian and it's like a certain type of bird. Yeah, but it's so complicated, especially I grew up in Germany.
What part of Germany?
West Germany.
West Germany, okay.
In a tiny town, and everybody struggled to pronounce my name. So at some point on social media, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to call myself Shura. It's much easier.
Axel Shura.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's an incredible story because I really want to know like what really made you change your name, right? Like when you were looking at it, you were like, man, this is, it doesn't really encapsulate who you are. Because I had the same situation. Like my name I was given was Salam, right? And I changed it because it's a long story behind it, right? So like my dad originally, he became a Muslim, right? Way back like in the 1970s, 60s or whatever.
Yes.
And it was for him, it was a way of changing and challenging the identity that was given to him, right? He felt that, you know, he didn't have a choice in that name, and it wasn't a true representation of his culture because our family, we were descendants of American slaves, and he felt his history was taken away from him. Now, when I can kind of understand, right? But when I started diving deeper into my dad's life, right, I found out a couple of things about him, right? One day he was playing like jacks or whatever, like kids play. He's like 7 years old, and he's on the west side of Chicago, and he's walking around just hanging out, and he sees a guy who is his father walk up to another guy, and he shoots him in the head. So my dad watches this, and he's like, the guy that shoots the other guy is his father, and the other guy is just some guy that he knows, right? Like from the neighborhood. And he didn't really think anything about it. He says that his father just kind of came, sat on the curb, took the pistol, put it on the curb, and was like, hey, call the police, I'm going to jail. Now, mind you, this is like the 1960s. Like he goes to jail for like 2 years only. Like it's like no real time. Not like how it is now where, you know, you would go to jail for like 10 or 20 years. He gets out years later. And before he gets out, actually, my father is having an argument with his brother, with my uncle. And in this argument, my uncle tells my dad, hey, you know, such and such isn't your dad. Like, Howard is your dad. Howard was the guy that got shot. So my dad watched who he thought was his father actually shoot and kill his real father, who he didn't know
Oh my
was his father.
Wow.
So this put it placed, what I realized with my dad, it placed a deep sense of just the unknown. Like he really didn't know who he was. Like he had this name that actually, it wasn't just that it was this name that had this historical precedence. It was that he had the name of his father, who wasn't actually his father. So he went on a deep soul searching, and that's how he ended up becoming Muslim.
That makes sense.
And then he changed that name that he was given by his father to a totally different name, to Salam. So that was the name I was actually born with that name. Now, long story, I know.
But beautiful, I mean, deep story. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. So then like fast forward, right? Like I have this name, Salam. But for me, it never really made sense because it tells a story of my dad and where he was, but to me, it doesn't really tell the story of my family. Now, my mom, her last name was Freeman. Freeman is a name for people that they were able to secure their independence. Whether they bought it, whether they ran away, they were called freedmen. So I have that name, Freeman, as like an ode to that legacy. So then I changed my name.
I love that. I think we should all change our names. Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah, I changed my name and now I'm Talk Freeman.
Because we're talking about names and it fits perfectly. There is this one, so I was hosting a retreat this year. It was a business retreat and all of those successful entrepreneurs. I'm sure you're surrounded by them all the time. So I bring all of them together and I see what do they need. Like often the last thing they need is actually more money or something. What they usually need is more fulfillment, more enjoyment, right? So I'm like, who can I bring? And I met this former monk at a retreat where I was participating. And his name is Free. Yeah, but his actual name, like written in the passport, is Jeffrey. And for the majority of his life, everybody called him Jeff. And then, he became a monk and he's like, wait, so my name is Jeff Free? And everybody's calling me Jeff. But I like the second part of the name way more. So everybody calls him Free now.
Oh, that's cool. How does he spell it?
Just
F-R-E-E?
Just like Free.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think like names tell a story. And it was a long time. This was a long time coming for me.
Yeah.
Where like I wanted to change my name, but then I felt some shame about it. Right.
I understand.
Where I was really afraid to. What I was accusing my dad of was not like having. I was accusing him of not having pride in his identity and changing the narrative. And then I felt like I was doing that by changing my name from the name he had taken. And then I had this realization, was like, if you think about like where you want to take your life, what if you have kids? What if you have children? What's the legacy that you want to leave to them? Do you want to leave one that was given to you or one that you create?
Yeah.
And that's where it started.
Now we're here.
Now we're here
with our own names.
Yeah, I think. Do you think that's difficult for people to start over? Like, what about that? Because sometimes people feel they have to take the narrative that was given to them.
It's a very good question. Well, in my personal bubble, I see that happening all the time. I am a guy who loves to experiment. I love to see different cultures. I love to travel. I love to be part of different trainings. I often, I see a training or a retreat. It feels good. I don't even check the schedule or something. I'm like, do I have time? Is my calendar free? And I go.
Yeah. And
so I became, I think it was in 2020, my ex-partner was Hindi and she had this she was part of this community trainings and all of this, and I went there and a lot of people they sure there's a term for it, but they basically change their names and they get like somewhat of a holy name, and a guru or someone will give them a name, and I can see how their identity shifts. So I've seen people doing it so many times. I think if it's helpful, go for it. I think it is dangerous, or I said it yesterday. Whenever I have a coaching and someone tells me I am, my ears go here. Because what we think we are, we usually are. Like, if we think, when I was a teenager, I thought I'm shy.
Yeah.
But I wasn't. But I would tell myself the story, and based on the story, every actor will know that, based on the story you repeat in your head, you act. So I was acting shy. And then, beautiful realization actually, at some point I, went back to my childhood programming, and my mom died shortly after I was born. So I was mainly raised by my grandma and my siblings. My father was working a lot. He was an alcoholic. And so I spent a lot of time with my grandma, which was amazing. I love her. She's not alive anymore, but I still love her. We still have conversations. Like she's one of the kindest people I know. Yeah. She was taking care of everybody, and she had her values at the right place.
I like how you speak of it in the present tense, because they're still here.
Yeah, she's still here. I'm sure she's
still here.
Yeah.
You're still here.
Yeah.
And they spend so much time with you.
Yes.
They are still here.
And my love is still here. That is what was one of the most healing sentences I've ever heard. If you love someone, if you love your ex-partner, that love is not disappearing. If it was real love, that love is still there. So why not acting like it? Why not still be loving? And I love my grandma. I love her for the rest of my life. So
what was her name?
Emilia.
Emilia.
We in German we say Oma.
Oma.
Oma. Okay. I think in many languages you actually say Oma. We just say Oma. I just had to think, what was it? Emilia. Because we just say Oma. So Oma was someone who liked everybody to be calm.
Yeah.
Okay, including me. So she would often say, "Oh my gosh, Axel," but in a loving way. But still, she would say, like, "Axel, can you please sit down?" It's like in German we have this saying, like, you have bees up your ass, like when you always need to move and you always play. And if you know me now with my essence,
we say ants in your pants.
Yeah, ants in your pants, exactly. Like I love running, I love playing paddle, I love going to the beach and like doing things. I'm always on the go. There are times where I chill and stuff, but I'm just like this. Like I love running, I love moving my body, but because I wanted to please her and I wanted to be loved by her, I would adapt, because that's what every single kid is doing. We adapt so that we get love and attention by from our caregivers. That's just what we do.
Totally.
And so I did that until I realized, wait a second, is that really true? Am I really shy? Do I really want to identify with this programming from my loving grandma? And I'm like, no, I'm not shy. And I completely changed my identity, or I would say I took off this mask and I would show like my real me, because in reality, I don't think I'm shy. I don't know if anybody's actually shy. There are probably people who have different tendencies, but I was just pleasing.
So you had this change, this epiphany, but you've also had some really interesting things happen to you in your life, right? Right. You were on your deathbed, pretty much. Did you have this realization before or after?
Before.
Before that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's something that really, like, for you to get through what you went through, right? You had a diagnosis of cancer. Like, I've always wondered, how did you get through that, right? Did you feel like you had the tools already, or did you have to basically create those tools or learn those tools?
I think it was a mix. Short answer, if I could only give one word, it would be love. Love. Because we do we do so much more. We can do so much more for others than we do for ourselves. And I think love is actually like the biggest motivator.
Totally.
Whatever you want to achieve in your life, you need a very strong why. And the biggest, strongest why that I know of, that I see in people, is love for their partner, for their kids. They do more for people do more for others if they really feel love for them than they would ever do for themselves.
Yeah.
So I'm sure we get into the story, but I could have not done it if there were not other people loving me, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. I that's where I got all my drive, my motivation from this energy. And you can, it's funny how you can actually feel like if you really think about someone you love and that person sits with us and everybody would just be quiet, you could feel that energy. It's
100%. Yeah, it's thoughts. It starts off with thoughts, but you can feel it. Then it turns into something that you feel in your body that makes them present and makes them real for you in that experience.
Yeah, it's that certain energy, that loving environment, and I think with that kind of why miracles can happen. And I've seen them in my own life. I've seen them with other people, whether that's me having stage 4 cancer and being told I have a week left to live. And it's like, I mean, you could write an entire book about it. Stories from people who overcame the craziest things. Since I started sharing my journey online, we had people reaching out who were told they would never ever be able to walk again, and then they sent me a video running a marathon.
Yeah,
you know, when you see that, you're like, oh my gosh, how much do we believe is impossible? But it's actually bullshit.
Yeah,
and if we study history, you know, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes.
It rhymes. Yeah,
it rhymes heavily. So many times in the past. People would say this is impossible, and then someone did it.
Totally.
Do you know Roger Bannister?
No, tell me.
So Roger Bannister is the guy who ran the 4-minute mile for the first time. So 1 mile faster than 4 minutes. Before that, nobody ever accomplished that. There are articles, medical reports. The human body is just not capable of it. Okay?
Yeah.
Until this guy said, you know, and he was not the Usain Bolt of his time. He was not the Cristiano Ronaldo of his generation. He was a student. He was fit, all of it, yes. But he wasn't like everybody. I mean, you don't know him.
Yeah.
I think he was American.
but still, he made history.
But you know, he did it. And that's not the reason why I tell the story. He ran the first 4-minute mile. Guess what happened afterwards?
What? Did he just roll over and die?
No.
A
lot of other people immediately started doing it.
Yeah.
Doing
people
it as
see
well.
that it's possible.
People see it's possible. They have a completely new perception of what's possible.
Yeah.
And then they do it. Hundreds of people. I think we are at this point, thousands of people did it.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy anymore. But a bit of time ago, people would have said impossible. So I want to be really careful when I use that word impossible.
Yeah, you know, I feel like that, you know, there's often this connotation that, hey, in order for you to be successful, you need to see someone who's done it before.
Yeah.
And I always think to myself, what if you want to do something that's never been done before?
That's a very good question.
Who's your example for that, right? How do you go about that? Because oftentimes, I mean, Alexander the Great, like when he conquered the known world, it had never been done before, right? We had, you know, electric cars, never been done before on scale, right? So nobody gives you the blueprint. You know, so for everything. And for some people that have the imagination, they don't always have, you know, somebody to follow in their footsteps.
I think just, it doesn't even have to be the same thing, but someone has created, you just mentioned a couple of names. There were people who had no idea how to do this. They were the first, but somehow they did it. So you can study them. You know, you can see what are the patterns that they followed. And in my time, I was in the hospital, and I remembered this book because you were asking, did you have the tools already? It felt like all the years before, I was preparing for that moment without knowing it. Because I've been meditating for years, and I've been meditating for the last 10 years almost on a daily basis. Like I rarely miss a day. I've been exercising. I had a lot of muscle mass, and that muscle mass saved my butt.
Yeah.
Because my body, I was so fit, and I had so many muscles, and my body could basically, that's how my body generated energy during that time when I was in the hospital, because I didn't really eat. I lost 30 kilograms.
Wait, so what happened? You had diagnosis of stage 4 cancer.
Yeah.
It's out of the blue.
Out of the blue. It's a rare but aggressive form of cancer called Burkitt leukemia. Probably never heard it before, right?
No.
You're
I've heard of it.
And I went from...
Very rare.
From being really fit, and I wish I could tell the story, I was eating unhealthy stuff and I wasn't taking care of my body, but it would be a lie.
Yeah.
I was eating healthy. I was exercising, and that realization or that fact drove me nuts. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm doing all of the things and I still get sick. What's even the point? I remember this vividly, this conversation with the medical doctor, and I'm like, why? Like, I'm doing I don't smoke, I don't drink, I sleep enough, I exercise, I eat healthy, I eat whole foods. Why? And I'll never forget the answer. She said, well, sometimes things just happen and you decide why. And I said, oh, thank you for that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was rudely poetic.
It was, she said it in a beautiful, beautiful tone.
Yeah.
It was loving. It was caring. Like, it was also the truth. And sometimes we need to hear the truth.
Yeah.
We even this question, like, why did this happen to me? Why me? Why me? Why me? For days and days and days, it drove me nuts.
Yeah.
My entire day was thinking about that question, why did this happen to me? And it felt so incredibly disempowering. My mind came up with so many different stories. I Googled, I asked people, and there were 100 different theories about why this happened.
Yeah.
From vaccine to I had this nightmare about when I went to India that this happened. And then a couple years ago in Indonesia, I had this one infection. And like, there's so many possibilities. And nobody will ever come and say, Axel, you know what? This was the reason. And just, you asked a really beautiful question. Did I have the tools already, or did I have to create them? I said a mix. And then I needed to learn how to live with this uncertainty. And that is something a lot of people struggle with, this uncertainty. Will it happen again? Uncertainty of, I'll never know why. It's up to me.
Totally.
To decide why it happened.
But it's like a fork in the road, right? You hit this point, you get this diagnosis. And like that medical doctor so beautifully said, like, you can decide why it happened.
Yes.
And then there's the victim route.
Yeah. I love that.
Woe is me.
Yeah.
Like you said, it happened to me, right? Like, what type of framework do you use to get you to the opposite fork?
I love the picture you just painted, the fork victim. And I was running down the victim road for a bit.
And then what were you saying to yourself? Like, you were just...
I was just repeat, like, why me, why me, why me? This is also, like, bad, and it will take forever to recover from this. Will I even recover from this? I would just ask myself all these terrible questions. And because our brain is a bit like Google, it comes up, when you ask terrible questions, comes
suggested bad thoughts.
Yeah, it comes back to you. Like, it's like, whatever you put out there, you get back. Yeah. And so, at some point, I'm like, let me return. Let me get back to my teachings. Because I'm an optimist. I know, like, that's how you actually get stuff done. And my brother, he would remind me, because my brother, he's my one of my biggest supporters. He believed me. I'm not sure if guru. I wouldn't say guru. He's my brother. that
good enough.
Really good.
Yeah.
I feel like the other people who be my guru. My brother is someone who if I would be in a third world country, in a prison, and I would need to I just have this one call for someone to call to get me out of there, I'd call my brother.
Yeah.
In an instant. I don't know how, but he's so reliable. That's why I feel like he's a brother. Like we don't talk every day. We talk every couple weeks. But I know we're like this. Like this love we have for each other is like brotherhood love.
Absolutely.
And so
which is special because you don't always get that even with your blood brothers that you're born with, and grew up in the same house. So it's special that, sometimes brothers can be competitive.
Yeah.
So it's always wonderful to have strong sibling relationship.
Yeah, we have that. So he's the kind of guy, like he let me sleep on his couch when I just got started, when I was traveling, when I didn't have the money, when I just started my business. So he would remind me, he always follows me. He would remind me of, my own teachings and the things I preach. And so he knows that it's very powerful to ask yourself empowering questions and to shift your focus. So he was, without me actually noticing it, inviting me to shift my focus. Mm-hmm. And so we did wild things together. Like there was this whiteboard. I have a picture if you want. You can put it in there or video.
You got to share it with us.
It was intensive care unit. Okay, so my brother had to wear this protective clothing. I mean, you were
immunocompromised.
Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly. And so he would have to go through this whole process every single day, like disinfection of everything, and then he would have to wear this very funny protective. Is there a name for it? Like
it's just like it's like a biohazard suit almost.
Yeah, exactly. That's a complicated word. Yeah. So he had to wear that every single time, and he looked really funny.
He puts like a gown on.
Yes. As if he was about to perform surgery. Yeah. So he had to wear that every single day. Also because I was laying in the ICU, intensive care unit. So he knows that it's incredibly important to set goals. So he used that whiteboard. I don't know why there was a whiteboard in this room. He used this whiteboard and we wrote down goals. Goal number 1, get the heck out of this ICU department because you hear interesting things. Like very interesting things if you're there.
I've heard plenty of them.
It's like
the noise, the conversations, the yelling,
screaming, the yelling. I'm like,
the smell of an intensive care
Christ.
unit smells a little bit like death and struggle and
it's just not a nice place to be. So we said like one of the first goals, let's get the heck out of here. Like let's get you to a point where we would then ask doctors what needs to happen so that we can get out of here. Like, and then they would tell us like, you need to be able to basically survive without oxygen.
Right, because you're on oxygen.
Yeah, oxygen. It was like an oxygen tank whenever I was, basically without oxygen tank, you need to eat and yada, yada, yada. So we had that goal on that whiteboard. We had walk for 5 minutes. And that were tools that I knew from the past that helped me. But then there were also tools that I needed to develop, like dealing with fear, dealing with uncertainty to that degree.
So, and it's something to say, like it's easy to say, like, you had to, like the first goal was to get out the ICU. And like looking at it retrospectively now, it's easy for us to say that. But when you're on the bed and your brother has full contact precautions on, he's hot, you're in an unpleasant place in this critical care unit, to actually get your mind to move forward, that first step is very difficult oftentimes.
Oh, 100%. For me, it was even difficult to just get up, like to sit. There was like, what can I compare it to? Like now, if I would go without food for 7 days, that'd be equally difficult than just to get my ass up. two people would have to lift me up to just sit.
You're pretty cachectic, like no muscles in your legs.
I've been laying for just, a couple of weeks straight, and then I was exhausted for the next 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah. It's humbling.
Very humbling.
Yeah.
Very humbling. What's also humbling is if you can't go to the toilet by yourself.
Yeah, you need help for somebody wipe your butt.
Yeah, and but see, all of those experiences, like asking for help, you need to become humble in those moments. All of those experiences, they are serving me now like there's no tomorrow.
It's like a boot camp, kind of, right? Like
yes.
You notice when you have this exponential changes in your life, it's usually when you have to be broken down.
Yeah.
Back down to like the lowest common denominator, right? You can't walk, even if you're injured, whatever your ailment is, it breaks you down to where you have to take a totally different framing and start all the way over again.
100%. And that's how I see all traumatic things that happened in my life, especially my childhood. I see it as you used the word camp. I love the word camp. It was like a training camp.
Yeah.
For me, and it built mental muscle.
Yeah.
And you said earlier there it's like this fork, right? Where you can go down the victim road, and I have done that. I've been there.
Yeah.
Very disempowering, depressing. Yeah. Like if depression is your number one goal, run this road and never turn back. Stay there. And then there's this other path, which is faith, courage, empowerment. One road is saying life happens to me, and the other one says life happens for me.
Totally.
And I really mean it when I say I think my childhood happened for me. Like I was abused a lot by different people in my childhood. And I think it made me become the man that I'm very proud to be today. I don't think that without my mom passing away, I would live life like the way I live it right now. I don't think I would be helping so many people. I don't think I'll be doing the work that I'm doing. And that is just way more empowering than to sit there and say like, oh my gosh, my mom should have not died.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
And if my mom would join the conversation, she would be saying, hell yes, Axel.
I really think it's a huge diss to the people like your mom or people that came before you who, hey, you're their product, right? like show them that you came from good stock.
Yeah.
Go out there and kill it, right? Like go out there and say, hey, I'm not going to let whatever happened in my life hold me back.
Yeah.
I want to say, and my mom, she's not here to see me, but I'm going to use that as motivation to do whatever I need to do to be successful. I'm going to use her memory to be successful.
Yeah, also like my story is I get to live for two people.
Yeah.
Like she risked her life for me to be alive. That is something to be incredibly grateful for. I don't think, especially men, understand what kind of risk that actually is. What kind of commitment that actually is. What kind of like pain women endure to just give you this precious gift of life. And I don't care how deep you are in the middle of hell, you can get out of there. Because, so many people have done it before. So many people have used the cards that they have been given, even if they were completely miserable, and turn it into something beautiful. It's possible to turn shit into gold. Many people have done it before.
Totally. Like, how did your different morals and principles change? Were you like an ambitious person before? Like how did your perspective on time and purpose change before and after?
Yeah, I was super ambitious, and I'm still ambitious. I love to do stuff, and the biggest change was I prioritize relationships over everything now. There are most of the time relationships are my priority, together with health, obviously, but that was the case already before. I just take way more time for people I care and love, and I definitely work less, that's for sure. But I would say I'm still very ambitious, and I don't want to, that feels very true to me.
Yeah.
I take time off sometimes, like 2 weeks without a phone or something, and then I'm still very excited to get back and actually like this right now. I have zero stress in my body.
Yeah, no, you're just like flowing. It's
I love this. Me writing a book.
Yeah.
There is no stress.
Yeah.
I
can see it.
It's joy. I go on a paddle court and, I say there's no stress. There are moments, there's everything, like every passion you have. I love paddle tennis, for example. Even with paddle tennis, there are moments where it's like uncomfortable, or you need to do things like, I don't know, washing my my tennis shoes. Like, I'm not excited about that. Or like, collecting the balls that flew out of the court. Like that part is not super enjoyable, but overall I'm having fun. So I'm still like that. I just love doing good things. What has changed is really my relationships. Yeah. The priority.
How so? How have they changed? Have you become more selective in how you choose relationships?
I have a couple of friends where I see the change very present, because they are still like I was. Where it's their work appointments are number one priority and they have barely any time.
Yeah.
And you try to schedule something and it's like, I don't know, scheduling something with Elon Musk. Like so difficult. Everything is just packed and full, and my day-to-day life, it's just not the case anymore.
How do you structure your day-to-day?
I have my mornings. They are holy to me usually. That is one. I love LA. I love the people.
It's a beautiful
here.
place. I love it here.
I love LA. I love the people
LA.
I get to meet. I love the food. I love the supermarkets. Like all of it. I love that.
Do you feel energized?
Yeah, I feel very energized.
Because you live all over the place.
Yeah, I live all over the place. I just really like it here. You have podcast studios. You have all of the things. I love it. Opportunities.
Yeah.
Great people. And I'm a people person. Like I need inspiring people who do great stuff around me. I have that here. The only thing that I don't have, a lot of my clients are European. So I wake up and I have meetings in the morning, which I usually, like if you would be my friend, you would know like Axel is religious about his mornings. No meetings before 11 or 12.
In a perfect world.
Most of the time I don't, like if I'm in Europe, if I'm in Bali, I don't have meetings in the morning. It's like this is my time to meditate, to do whatever I want, to go on a walk, to usually I do deep work, creative things in the morning, undisturbed, before I open my phone, before I connect with social media or with my friends. I do stuff that is like purely coming from my heart without anybody interfering. I think we need to be somewhat careful about this little device we basically go everywhere with. Like we run around everywhere with this thing.
Or does it just have, like, I feel like the device has us on the leash. Like we don't have it on the leash. Like it has us, like it's running us around.
Yeah, like, very true.
Between everything that we do, it makes us use it. Like get on, see, like go to work, and then like get on your phone.
Yeah. So I try to be the person who's in charge of the leash, or like I wanna. Phone is a great servant but a bad master, and I'm trying to, well, like most mornings I just don't use it.
I love that.
I do creative things, and then I go move my body. I go to the gym. I go play paddle tennis. That's like my dream day, and I think it's actually a beautiful exercise for everybody listening.
Yeah, paddle is great.
Listening, watching right now, to just genuinely ask yourself, what would be a dream day in your life? How would you want to live life? What would be a dream day for you? And people listen to those kind of things. They probably heard it 150 times before on other podcasts, but who actually takes the time to do it?
Yeah. I mean, you've had this very interesting situation where you were an ambitious person. You had a positive just thought process. You're diagnosed with end-stage cancer. You're given a week to live. You fight through it. You get past it. You use your mind to basically just overcome, right? Many people don't have the cancer diagnosis, right? Regardless if they have the ambitious, nature or not. They don't have the cancer. They don't have that event that just breaks them down. Mm-hmm. How does one take control of their life, much like you did, and learn that drive to overcome things if they don't have a terminal cancer, life or death diagnosis.
I mean, then they probably have something else. That is something we need to accept, and I think is one of our biggest problems. One of our biggest problems is that we believe we shouldn't have any problems. And that is something everybody needs to accept. And everybody will go through challenges in this lifetime. Someone you love probably already passed away. Someone you love will pass away. You probably, I don't know if you've ever experienced a breakup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That is one of the hardest things.
Totally. Yeah. I'm 41. I almost get myself 42. I'm 41. Yeah, I've had some breakups. And it does something to you.
Yeah, it's like withdrawing from a drug.
It's not, breakups are not a casual, people, something happens when you interact with another human being and you're cohabitating or you're working as a pair. When you break that, you lose a piece of yourself.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Super hard. It's one of the hardest things I've done. I mean, the older I become, the more mature I become, and so I also understand that. And I think if two mature people come together who do the work, and even if you separate or if you decide to end it, you can still do it in a loving and a caring and a beautiful way. Yeah, it's still going to be painful though. Yeah. So that is my message. Everybody, because you asked like if someone didn't have cancer or things of that nature. Well, how do you build mental muscle? Exactly how you build physical muscle, through exposure. And that will automatically happen whenever you do something meaningful, whenever you set a goal, whenever you become more. Problems will come up 100,000%. And that's how you build mental toughness. That's how you get stronger mentally.
Totally.
It is.
You need the resistance.
You need the resistance. Yeah. It's the same thing you go to the gym. Like when you go to the gym, you exercise, you damage your muscle tissue a little bit.
You tear the muscle.
You tear, and next time it becomes stronger. And it's exactly the same way in life. You say, I'm going to start this podcast, or I'm going to open this restaurant. When you commit to that, things going to, get a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
Problems will come up. And so when you overcome those problems, that's how you get stronger.
Yeah.
So you need to realize, first of all, it's an attitude game. You cannot run through life wishing for no problems. Because the only way to have no problems is to, not be alive.
So you're saying it's something at baseline that you need to overcome already.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
you need to
may
accept
not even
that.
recognize often too, right? Like it's something that you can start with to strengthen your mind. That's you're already experienced in your everyday lived life.
Yeah. Everybody has problems. We will have problems for the rest of our lives. I like to call them challenges, but we'll have problems for the rest of our lives. Best case, you work on yourself, you become better, so you get more high quality problems. When I started my journey, I had the problem that I didn't have enough clients. Now I have the problem that I have too many.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to go.
Yeah.
If I can choose between both problems, I will always take that problem.
Yeah.
Right? But we need to accept that's like baseline. We need to accept problems, challenges are part of our lives. And they're actually, I think a problem is a gift. A problem is a growth opportunity. And the sooner we get to accept that, and the sooner we learn how to actually embrace them and be thankful for them, the sooner we enjoy life more.
Totally.
Because if you get pissed and frustrated every single time when something doesn't go the way you want it to go, that's going to be tough, very tough. So one of the exercises that I do every single morning is I take a cold shower. To build this habit, for example, to whenever I say I want to do something, I'm going to do it, whether my mind says or my brain says, no, let's not do it. It's uncomfortable. I've trained my brain, been doing that, I don't know, for like 6-7 years. Thank you, Wim Hof. Love that man.
Yeah.
Whenever I have an ice bath, I have an ice bath, but then also
this is a reverse ice bath.
Reverse ice bath. And I find it even more challenging to take a cold shower. Yeah. This morning I took a beautiful cold shower, and it's like there is this first time when I did it, it took me like 3 minutes to put the water on cold.
Yeah.
Now it's like 3 seconds. I'm like 3, 2, 1, bloop. I go for it.
How do you feel afterwards?
Amazing.
Yeah.
You feel like you can do anything.
Yeah. Because you
feel
just passed the test.
Yeah.
Every morning you pass the test.
Yes. Every morning you show, you prove. You have living proof that whatever you say you do, you do. Even if your brain says, but it would be much nicer to just keep it on warm, you know? And that's how you build muscle, through repetition, through exposing yourself to risks.
You took this, right? And this crazy experience that you had, and you decided to create a brand, right? You decided to go out there and talk about this experience. Why? Because some people that are more stoic, they would say, well, you should just, you deal with your problems, you go on, you don't have to talk about them, just stay quiet. What inspired you to create the Axel that we know
Beautiful
today?
Question. For a long time, I actually didn't speak about it for about, I think, like 1.5 years, 2 years after all of this happened. And I knew it will draw attention. But my cup wasn't full. And so it just didn't feel right. Like, people around me said, like, hey, share this. Like, it's good. But inside of me was this voice, my inner wisdom, my inner compass. We all have an inner compass. And my inner compass just said, no, right now it's not the right time. But then at some points, I felt like, today's the day.
Yeah.
I meditated, and I don't know if you have that ever. I have like ideas just like bloop.
When they come.
They come. I'm like, okay.
That's it. I'm
listening. I'm listening. I have that when I meditate. I have that when I go to the gym, when I'm in the sauna, when I go on walks. Then when I have those moments where I don't know, I don't even think about something, but it just comes. Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me write that down.
That's it. Yeah.
That's the magic. I don't know who's sending that to me, my grandma, God, the universe. Honestly, I don't care, because I know from history, every single time when I execute on those ideas,
good things happen.
Yeah. So I don't always have to understand everything. I don't understand how electricity works. Honestly, I know how that I need to press on this thing, and then I have light. That's all I need to know. Same thing with this intuition, inner compass, guidance, whatever. I know it comes into my system. I need to execute. I need to do it. It's something bigger than myself. So this idea came up to share a video about this, my transformation story. And then I posted it, got millions of views.
Really?
And I did it again, and I got millions of views again. And then I got messages from moms who told me about their sons going through the same disease or the same recovery, and shared with me how much it helped them. So I'm like, this seems very meaningful, very impactful. And that's why I started sharing more about it.
So you had this very strong epiphany that hits you, but there had to be something like that was difficult about sharing this story.
Oh, I mean, 100%. It's vulnerable. Like, I show myself. I don't know if you've seen any of those videos. I show myself in a very vulnerable state.
I saw. Very skinny.
Very skinny. I posted pictures of me without hair and without eyebrows, and we human beings, we look kind of funny when we don't have eyebrows.
Very odd. It's like one of those. You ever see those cats that don't have hair?
Yeah.
That's how we look. Yeah. It's like, wait, I'm supposed to have hair.
Yeah. And well, at the beginning, it was just uncomfortable. But then something shifted inside of my brain when I understood. Listen, this here is something much, much bigger than me. Much, much bigger than my family. This here is about a story similar to Roger Bannister that will shift what people believe is possible and what's impossible. And then those moments happen when I'm like, impossible. If you look closely at the word impossible, it says, I am possible. I'm like, maybe we got it all wrong. So I started sharing that story, not because of me, but more because I want people to shift their beliefs. I want people to survive. I want people to to say yes when everybody else says like it's not possible. You know, like, okay, let me show you that it's possible.
Absolutely. You started when you walked in the door today. You had they gave you that whatever device for the sprouts to go.
Sprouting set.
What is it called?
I mean, it's a sprouting set.
A sprouting set. Yeah. I didn't know what the heck that was. Did you have any nutritional changes? Like what lifestyle? Because you were already pretty healthy, right?
Yeah.
It's easy, not easy, but I guess it would make sense. It would follow that. If you were overweight, if you were like really unhealthy eating before, and then you became sick, and then you got over and you like turned a corner, people understand that. You were already healthy.
Yeah.
Got sick.
Yeah.
What was next? How did you augment or change your diet?
Very beautiful and important question. And I'm hoping especially some young men are listening to this, because I would have needed that perspective when I was younger. When I was younger, it was all about being the biggest version of myself, like as many muscle as possible. So I would train very hard. I would eat lots of protein. So like I was. People still, whenever people say that, like, Axel, they reflect on me. Axel, you're still in good shape. I'm like, yes. Yeah. But before all of this happened, I had just way more strength and more muscle mass. And actually, I went back to the point because I wanted to prove that it's possible to go through chemo and get back to, like, I was a bit bigger than I am now, especially before I started playing so much paddle tennis, because it's just loads of cardio.
Totally.
And I lost a bit of size. But I had to have an honest conversation with me, which was, what is actually your goal? What is your fitness goal? Do you want to be the strongest, biggest version of yourself right now? Or do you actually train for longevity? Do you train to be able to play with your grandkids when you're 80, 90? Because it's two different goals.
It's two different things.
Like if I hit PRs every day and like train as hard as possible every day, like I will pay the price later on. That's just how it is. Like look at, people like who took it to an extreme, like Ronnie Coleman. When I saw those videos, I'm like, I don't want to end up like this. I want to be healthy.
Yeah, no.
I want to be able when I'm 70, 80, 90 to run around and have a good time.
Yeah.
Right? I have this, I spend a lot of time in Mallorca. There's this tennis club where I go to, and the guys, they're 80, 90. They move better than some people I know who are 60.
It's amazing when you see that. Like I would see that when I would go do medical missions, and you would be in a village in East Africa somewhere, and you would see the 80 and 90-year-olds, and they would be moving around like they're 40, okay? Like, able to just go up and down mountains, go up and down stairs. They don't really have too many things holding them back. And cognitively, very sharp.
Yes.
Like you talk to them, eye contact. They're not, they're not, oh, I'm 50. I don't go out anymore. Oh, I just like to chill and keep it, lay low and keep it. They're not like that. So, I don't know why that happens a lot of times, especially in developed countries, where people just, just kind of like psychologically just tap out.
Yeah. I think it's when we stop growing. If we don't grow, we usually die. And we need to, doesn't matter our age, I think we need to grow in some way today. Always control the controllables. Some things you cannot control, but control what you can control. Every day you can learn a new word, you can learn a new language, you can, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, like, I don't know, crawl, or do something that makes you grow. And my therapist, he is 77, I think, between 75 and 80. He goes to play tennis with 30-year-olds.
Get out. That's good.
He runs.
Yeah.
There is this one centenarian person older than 100 who was on Rich Roll's podcast. You should check it out. That guy started running marathons when he was 70, 80.
I love that.
It's possible.
Yeah, it's
so why
possible.
not you? So I adjusted my lifestyle, my eating habits, my training habits to that new goal, which is actually, I want to live a long, beautiful life. I want to be there for my family. my kids, my grandkids, when I'm 70, 80, 130, who knows where we're gonna go?
Yeah,
you know,
totally there, physically there, cognitively.
I wanna be there. And one of the best things I actually implemented was playing regularly racket sports. I see you wearing an Aura ring.
Yeah,
love that. Was playing racket sports because not just because of the cardio and the zone 2 cardio and all of it, your heart health, but also for your head. Because every single time you play, your brain is calculating the whole time. You're not just training your body, your muscle, you're also training your mind.
Totally.
And if your mind keeps growing, I think you just stay sharp.
Yeah, neuroplasticity, where your mind still feels like it has to move. It's a muscle, right? It has to adapt to the quick changes. It needs to, have some type of reply to what's being said when you're playing paddle, right? Yeah. You need to, either somebody says something, they're trash talking you need to have a reply. Yeah. Like all these things in terms of camaraderie that are very good for our brain. Yeah. Like we have to keep doing those things. Even when, we're in our 60s and 70s and, maybe you're friends at that point. Because it's hard to think about like you're being like, 30 years from now. Yeah. But you have to just keep it moving. You have to keep your legs moving. You have to keep your body moving. Whatever sport you get into, you have to keep it going. Because I believe the minute you stop, it's over. Like it's very hard to rev the engine back up, right? After you turned it off.
There's the saying, we don't stop exercising because we grow old. We grow old because we stop exercising. So the minute you stop, you're in trouble. And you can't use your age as an excuse. Because there are so many people who started late.
Totally.
I've done CrossFit classes with grandmas.
Yeah.
They're 85
and they're
strong. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's possible, but you need to stop making those excuses. Yeah, it's easy for you to say you're 30, blah, 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 blah. Don't listen to me. Listen to those people I just mentioned earlier. Go listen to that podcast. Please link it in the description down below. This centenarian who has this beautiful story. Once I think his wife passed away, and then he's like, well, I have all this time. Like, let me start running. And he started running in his 70s.
Yeah, his wife passed away. He doesn't just roll over and die. He's like, you know what? I'm going to still go for it and still live for probably her memory.
Yeah,
right?
And if you can't play tennis, play paddle. If you can't play paddle, play pickleball. If you can't play pickleball, play table tennis. But something for your mind is so incredibly important. And table tennis, one of the best things you can do for your brain. So that is something I started implementing. And then my diet, it is still, and like I try to eat organic as much as possible. I try to eat directly from farms, get as little chemicals involved.
Do you eat any meat?
As possible. No, I don't.
No meat.
Don't eat
Interesting.
Meat. I'm plant-based, but I was before.
Okay.
What has changed is the amount of protein that I consume. I just eat less protein now than I did before. I rarely have any used to be big on like protein shakes and EAAs and all of it. Yeah. But now I just eat whatever what I get from real food and
good quality food. That's my philosophy.
Good quality food, whole foods. That's what I eat. And then you mentioned sprouts. That is actually something really, really empowering. And what can I tell you? You should eat broccoli sprouts. Everybody should become a farmer. It's so, especially here in America, it can be quite expensive at times especially if you don't know where to shop. Yeah. To buy organic whole foods. Like if you go to certain supermarkets here, you're like, excuse me, how much for this freaking tomato?
Yeah. Especially a nutritionally dense tomato.
Yeah. I don't know why people go, without getting into trouble, can I mention those supermarket markets, like their names?
Yeah, sure.
Is it? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Do it. Maybe not. I don't know.
I tell you what I love. Where I shop, when I'm in America, I go to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, Trader Joe's is good.
It's not just good, okay? Hold on a second. It is amazing. Trader Joe's is brilliant. Like if you want organic, good quality food, it sounds like an ad. Use it as an ad. You don't need to pay me. Because I love the fact that they make organic, whole food ingredients available to the broad public, but people still go to, Air One.
Hey, it's some crazy ones. I mean, it's some grocery stores that I walk into and I'm like, this is disgusting. Like just rows and rows and rows and aisles of food that does not go stale.
Yeah.
It doesn't expire. I'm just like, who's eating this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always surprised when people are buying $25 Hailey Bieber smoothies that are not good for you.
Hailey Bieber smoothie?
Yeah, you don't know about
no, my God, no.
No. Well, good. Okay. You missed absolutely nothing. Like it's a smoothie loaded with sugar and fats that is probably incredibly delicious. Of course, anything with a lot of fat and sugar is incredibly delicious. But like, come on. Don't ignore the fact that as society, especially in America, but honestly in most Western countries, we are somewhat going into a very wrong direction. It's not that we get fitter and healthier. Yeah. The opposite is the case. And yes, it's true. You can do everything brilliantly. You can eat your broccoli sprouts. You can exercise and still get sick.
Yeah,
that's true. But statistically, you're way better off if you do those things. That's like the argument saying, hey, there are people who don't smoke who still get lung cancer.
Totally, yeah. I hate it's a silly heuristic because honestly, okay. So even if you go to the gym 3 times a week for say like 10 years, that might add a couple of good years to your life. Do you want that or not want that? Like I like living. You're very enthusiastic about living.
I love living. I don't want to die. No. Not yet.
I'm the same way. Like every day I get up, I'm so excited, so happy to be here. We don't have to be here. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I know I'm here right now. Yeah. And I want to stay in this party.
Exactly. And I also in this party, I want to feel good.
I want to feel good.
So I'm going to feed my body with the things that I know. Like I feel good not just for 2.5 minutes when I eat that burger, but for the whole day. And if you eat and you feel tired afterwards, it shouldn't be like this. You shouldn't feel like you can't walk anymore after you ate. That is what happens to me if I eat 3 burgers with a bunch of French fries. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
And you can't feel like energized and optimistic and eat all of that trash. It's very simple. You can't feel good.
Yeah. It's the same thing with when you're out of shape, when you're overweight. I always tell friends, family, I'm like, I know you don't really feel good. And you may tell me like, oh, I don't work out, or I don't eat healthy. I don't care. It's my body. But I know you can't feel good if bad things are going into your body. You just can't. And
very simple. Very simple. Garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah, you're going to feel like garbage.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't know why, but this word Nick came into my mind. It's how we know each other through our common friend, and I hope she is listening. She's one of those people who you then also attract if you make those kind of life decisions. It's like if I look at my bubble, everybody's working out, everybody's eating healthy.
Yeah,
right. Everybody is supporting each other. Like sometimes she sends me text messages with what is good about today.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah, I love that.
Love that.
Yeah, I need that.
And I completely forgot what your question was, but I think it was about if I changed anything in my diet. But broccoli sprouts. 100%. Yeah. So if you can basically go to Air One, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's has some sprouts as well, and buy those sprouts. Those sprouts often could contain a big amount of sulforaphane, which has cancer protective compounds.
Perfect. Yeah.
So I think especially I give broccoli sprouts to all the women in my life.
You don't give them like money out of your pocket?
No. Also,
here's some sprouts for you. Sprouts. You want money? Here's some sprouts.
How much money you want?
You want a nice gift? Here's sprouts.
I want them to eat sprouts because breast cancer and those things are real things. People don't understand until they have them.
No,
my message is don't fucking wait.
Don't wait, man.
Don't risk it.
Yeah. Especially for the people you love. Take care of them.
Protect yourself now.
Yeah.
And so I get very excited about sprouts and broccoli sprouts in particular for women, but also for men. It is like the things that we can control. Can it still happen? Yes, but it makes it less likely. It's this smoking example. It's just way more likely that you develop lung cancer when you smoke.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Yeah.
But we also know that
you can also have lung cancer
if you don't smoke. We also know that the longest, like one of the, she might be number one person to live the longest life. She smoked, which is like perfect.
Yeah.
Amazing. Great.
Yeah.
But it's not because she smoked, she got so old. It was like, how much older could have she gotten if she didn't smoke? Longer. You know, might have lived longer. It's not that Warren Buffett is so incredibly rich and so smart because he drinks Coca-Cola every day.
Yeah. He might be smarter. He might be smarter. Yeah, exactly. Despite drinking so much Coca-Cola.
Exactly. What, you know?
Yeah.
So I wish for everybody to become a farmer.
Yeah.
Like how exciting that you can honestly buy a sprouting set. In the US and Canada, they have this, I think the company is called the Sprouting Kits. Look it up. Or you
I will. We'll put it down in the show notes.
And everybody can sprout, farm, organic food at home. It's so incredibly easy. Like, listen, if I can do it, you can do it. Everybody can do it. It is so ridiculously easy, and you have organic, high quality food at your home all the time. And yeah.
Your view on life, your outlook, your enthusiasm is something to be admired. And I mean, when I first saw you walk into the door, it's the first time I ever met you. I could feel the enthusiasm for life. I knew we were going to have an animated and exciting conversation, to which we have. And you have a book?
Yeah, we have it right here. It's called Maybe This Is Happening For You, Not To You.
Oh, cool.
Doesn't matter how you look at. You see a picture.
So
very
nice.
This year, top, that's me obviously in the hospital. I still had eyebrows.
Yeah.
We thought of taking a picture where I don't, but it was just too much.
Yeah.
We thought for people to have this laying around at home. We wanted this to be something you can also have at home. So we took the picture that's less difficult. Maybe this is happening for you, not to you. It's basically a book that includes all the lessons that I've learned while facing death, and all the things I wish I would have learned earlier. And if you read this book, you know how to turn adversity into gifts. You become part of the 1% who have an unbreakable mindset, who always find the good, who believe life happens for them. And when you believe, you will know that once you start believing life happens for you, it actually does happen for you. And it's like a muscle you train, and all of a sudden, everything that happens around you, at some point, you see like, okay, I have faith, I have trust, this will work out for me at some point. Okay, this job opportunity didn't work out, something better is waiting. And then when you believe it, usually something better is waiting. So that is my way of contributing to the world. It was so much fun to write this book.
Life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you.
Yeah, maybe this is happening for you, not to you. And I know you have the mindset that agrees, or that you probably, through your own life story, your life experiences, have shown you that life actually happens for you. And it's one of my favorite things you said today was this fork that you mentioned, the victim road or the creator road. And I invite everybody to join the creator road. I've been to the victim road. Mm-hmm. It is a tough, dark, horrible place. Go to the other way. Join us here on this. It's a party. Like, this road is a party.
Join the victors. It's way better. Yeah. It's way better. You don't feel good if you. Hey, I'm not gonna blame you for being a victim, like for something happening to you. But what I am going to look at you with the second eye is, why are you embracing the victimhood mentality? It's like eating bad food. It's garbage in, garbage out, as she said. Like, it's not really gonna help you, and you're just holding, and it's only hurting you. It's not hurting anyone else. You're not getting back. You're not getting revenge at anyone else. It's hurting you.
And I would say it's also hurting the people you love. because nobody wants to see you struggle. And give yourself a bit of time, you know, when you're going through something challenging, give yourself a bit of time to like, go try this victim road out for a little bit. But at some point, you know, it's like, okay, how much more? The sooner you get better, you get back to this, how do you call it? Victor road?
Victor's room. We gotta go.
I love it.
We need
to the other side. And on the other side, you can still be honest and vulnerable about how you feel, about your challenges you go through, but with a different perspective.
Totally. We can acknowledge what we go through.
Yeah. The one side is like being dominated by fear. The other side is dancing with your fear, you know, like embracing it, doing it anyways, sharing it. Like one of the best conversations you can have is with loved ones and telling like, I'm so afraid of fucking doing it. And you are in it together and then you do it and your friend checks in with you, like, how did it go? And then you celebrate together. Like that is the juice. That is life. That is a party. It's not just rainbow butterflies on this side, but it just means that we face the things. That life always, life is so fucking generous. It gives us problems. It gives us challenges. It gives us breakups, all of the things to grow, to learn, to expand, to become better people, better husbands, better wives, better human beings. Life is always generous. So I think we should run around with the attitude of like appreciating life for all the good things, for all the challenging things. And I love this perspective. If there would be a God, or maybe you believe in the universe, whoever it is for you, okay? If there's something bigger than ourselves, which most people would agree on, if you would be that God, who would you support? The person who, and you can't support everybody, but who would you support? The people who destroy everything and say like, this is so bad, and they start hurting others? Or would you support the people who, would you reward the people who actually help? The courageous, the faithful, the people who do good things.
Confront themselves.
Exactly. Who are honest, who are humble, who work on themselves, who don't think like, oh my gosh, I'm the best. I know everything so much better. No. The universe, God rewards people who have a big, massive heart, who are courageous. And courage is not having no fear. Courage is having fear and still doing it. The universe, God rewards people who do hard things.
Yeah.
Who say the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Who stand up even when everybody else says that's not how it works.
Yeah.
That's impossible. So I invite everybody to be part of this group who is actually kind, who does kind things. And how funny would it be if or how amazing would it be with this podcast? Every single time when I hop on a podcast, I want to make it somehow special.
Yeah.
So what if we set people up to a challenge where they need to do some act of kindness right after listening to this episode? It could be something.
That's a great way.
Something like, and then tag us. I want to see those stories. It could be like buying a coffee for a stranger. Totally. Or I mean, if you live in America, you have a big problem with homeless people. Do something good for them. Like do something good. Take a picture. Tag us. I would love to see it.
Totally.
And if today someone is executing one kind thing for a stranger, then my time, your time was already worth it.
One person does one thing.
Yeah,
for sure. I think at the end of the day, that's what we want to get from this is be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and have some agency. Yeah. Fight for yourself.
I'm going to join the challenge. I'm driving soon to Santa Monica and I'm going to drive through Venice. I'll buy some bagels there's this one road next to one of my favorite vegan restaurants.
Yeah.
In Venice, where there are a lot of like homeless people living on the roads.
Yeah.
And I think that is something we should collectively work on and like support. And I'll buy some bagels or something.
Yeah. I'm sure someone would appreciate that.
100,000%.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Axel, it's been amazing. I know you're a busy man. I really appreciate you adjusting and giving me some of your time. I know you have to roll. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was an honor.
Absolutely.